Stage 7, you close the sale, and now it's all about making sure that the customer's happy. You're doing everything that you promised. The HR is working well with the DA. The DA is working well with the customer. You're in constant communication with the customer, making sure that they're still happy. You're working with the success manager, and the success manager is also following up with your customer. It's just an all hands on deck, customer service. Good job. The final stage is the client onboarding stage, and this has been massaged over and over and over the years so that we could finally come up with a good process here. So what we've done here works. So pay attention to this. If you find areas that can be improved, let's definitely do it. But I think this is a pretty good process. So stage 7, the final stage of the sales cycle, is the client onboarding. Make sure that your success manager, you want to be in constant communication with them, is taking care of your customer. You can support that customer. They're going to be calling you with any challenges. Just know that. But the success manager is to support you during this transition. The DDA onboarding is going to be taken care of by the director of HR, the HR director, in this case, Rachel, at the time of this recording, and she will go ahead and make sure that relationship is going well. You'll definitely hear if there's challenges, and most likely will be challenges. As a matter of fact, going back to the consultation call, let the client know that, or let the prospect at that point know that, because you have to set expectations. Set the bar down here so we can really exceed and excel. Don't overpromise and underdeliver. I know I've said that before. I'm saying it again right here. The third thing you want to do is do regular check-ins. We like to do them about maybe once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, for 5 or 10 minutes. Just have a quick call. Just, hey, just checking in. How's everything going? If you want to schedule it, even better. Sometimes, especially customers are so busy, it might be hard to get a hold of them, but start planting these seeds early on during the consultation. Keep mentioning it throughout the building your relationship, so that when this part comes, the 60-day onboarding process begins, they know that you're going to be there rooting for them. I'm going to be going into the 6-month business review here in a second, but part of that is relevant to what we're talking about right now, because you have to set those KPIs. What do they consider to be a successful relationship between them and us, and them and our DA? Find out what that is, okay? You can also do this by regular check-ins, because you're going to discover hurdles that they didn't anticipate, and they'll let you know during these check-ins. After the 60 days, you're going to have a follow-up meeting with them. How's everything going? How's the DA doing? That's going to be you and the success manager together. I want to make sure that you want to record that conversation. Just say, how's everything going? And then you can tell them what to expect from there. So we're going to be handing them as long as everything is good to go and their DA is working out great, we're going to be giving them their workflow manual. So they'll be receiving that very soon. That's theirs to keep for documentation purposes. It's their asset. They own it. It's a great way to kind of build on from a foundational point of view. If they don't have any documented processes yet, this is a good way to start, because your DA is only going to document the processes they are responsible for completing. They're not going to document everything else in that company. That's somebody else that's going to be doing that, unless, of course, they can figure out a way for that DA to work with the different people in that business, and then they can document on behalf of the tasks that are done by those people. So that is one thing that you can use a personal assistant for. When it comes time, 6 months after the onboarding process, when they convert from a customer to a client successfully, when they receive that workflow manual, they've now become a client of ours. And 6 months after that, you're going to schedule the 6-month business review. Now you can schedule it right then and there at the end of the onboarding process. Say, hey, in 6 months, I'd like to do a business review, and I want to go over these KPIs, and I want to make sure that we're staying on course and things like that. And it'll give you some time to build that relationship. We can schedule that right now. I would highly encourage you to do that. If not, if you forget or something happens to where you're not able to schedule on that call, maybe you run out of time, definitely follow up and get back on their calendar, because it's really hard. Remember, what's next, right? What's next? Always keep the relationship growing. The better we take care of them, the better they're going to take care of us, the more they're going to recommend us. So there is a document, and this document right now in the state that it's in is not designed, but it's laid out to help you kind of create or support you in creating a guide for this 6-month review. And so I'm going to share my screen with you really fast, and you'll see there's a link to it. But you're going to do something similar to this. It will be professionally designed. As a matter of fact, it already is, but this is for you. And you're going to go through this, and while you're reviewing this document, this is going to kind of help you understand what needs to happen. What, like, discuss the business objectives. Compare their work lifestyle now to before they had a DA. What are the top 3 business goals of the year? Identify opportunities for the coming year. So do things like that. Send them a copy of this, and then when you're meeting with them on the 6 months review or the next 6 months review or the next 6, you can always look back and say, this is what we talked about. This is what we're doing. We've achieved all of our goals and objectives here. What are your plans for the next 6 months? Things like that. The client's going to love you for this stuff. And the reason why is because we're through Bottleneck, we're actually promoting busy business leaders, taking that work from working in their business to working on their business, taking them and transforming them into a CEO, right? So in doing so, they're looking to us for best practices. They're looking to you for best practices. And that's the whole reason for this business review. I think it's really important. And if you have any questions on this stuff, please feel free to reach out. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here, and I am just excited. You made it this far. That's the sales process, the 7 stages. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. So feel free to reach out with any questions. I'll go ahead and put the links here so that you can download this information as well. Okay, thanks so much.